want to give you a backdrop to Egypt, what's going on. The Apocrypha paints a picture very similar to what the Bible is saying of Abram, Sarah, Lot, and their whole company of people and their small amount of belongings going into Egypt because of the drought. But prior to Abram going into Egypt, there is an individual called Rinkion, and he is a opportunist. He too goes into Egypt a season before Abram and Sarai and Lot. At this junction, while Abram is traveling into Egypt, Rinkion is already there. But what led Rinkion seasons before to Egypt was prosperity and abundance as well. He wanted to make a name for himself. But there was a king in Egypt that only came out once a year, and he wanted to get the attention of this king. But because the king only came out once a year, and he only came out and dealt with the petitions of the people, the problems of the people, there wasn't really any interaction that Rinkion could have in establishing himself in front of the king. So he comes up with this plot, and he goes to the cemetery and imposes a tax upon all of the people that will begin to bury their dead and say, you got to pay me to bury your dead. And this is a decree from the king of Egypt. He capitalizes off of the fact that the king of Egypt only comes out once a year and he only deals with petitions. So he has an ingenious idea, and he says, well, I can get away with this scam on these people for long enough time for me to get my money up. And by the time I get my money up, when the king comes out, I could sell this concept to the king because I'm going to be profitable in it. And that's what he does. This is where we get the cemeteries from. Paying to bury the dead. Before this, you just buried your dead for free. It was unheard of to pay somebody to bury your dead. But this individual, Rinkion, comes up with the idea to do such a thing. And in doing so, he makes a name for himself. He makes a lot of money. He gets a lot of gold and all kind of precious metals. And so when the king comes, he sells the king on the idea, and the king renames this role. He creates a role for Rinkion, and he renames Rinkion Pharaoh. This is where we get the word Pharaoh, okay?